morning to my dear students. Welcome back to Atma Green School, Jai Swami Narayan. Today I start with Standard 8th, Book Civics, Unit 3, Chapter 5, that is Judiciary. Okay, and it was a continuation lesson from page number 62. That is, however, there are also court judgments that people believe work against the best interest of the common person. For example, activists who work on issues concerning the right to shelter and housing for the poor believe that the recent judgment on evictions are a far cry from early judgments. While recent judgments tend to view the slum dweller as an encroacher in the city, earlier judgments like the 1985 Olga Tellis versus Mumbai Municipal Corporation had tried to protect the livelihoods of the slum dwellers. Okay, that is ये एक हमारे इंडिया में you can say कि ये common problem है कि अगर कोई बिल्डर कहीं पे आलिशान अपनी बिल्डिंग खड़ी करना चाहता है या होटल खड़ा करना चाहता है, अगर उसके आसपास स्लम एरिया, स्लम यानी झोपड़पट्टी एरियाज है, तो पहले वो बिल्डर उसको हटाने की कोशिश करेगा. ओके, यानी कि काफ़ी सारे एविडेंसेस लेके आएगा और फिर वहाँ पे उनको झोपड़पट्टी वालों को जाके बोलेगा कि आप ये हटाओ, ये क्या है, मतलब कि और अगर गलत तरीके से भी उनको हटाने की कोशिश करेगा और अगर लीगल है वो, तो फिर उन्हें वो ऑफर देगा कि मैं इतना इतना सबको पैसा देता हूँ एरिया वाइज, जितना जितना उनकी झोपड़पट्टी है, और उसके हिसाब से वो वहाँ से छोड़ के चले जाए, या तो फिर उसकी कहीं बिल्डिंग है तो वहाँ पे वो उन्हें उस बिल्डिंग के अंदर फ्लैट्स दे दे. सो मैनी ऑप्शंस. तो ये एक ऐसा ही केस था, दैट इज Olga Tellis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation had tried to protect the livelihoods of slum dwellers. Okay, the same thing. The judgment of the Olga Tellis versus Bombay Municipal Corporation established the right to livelihood as part of the right to life. Okay, that is the judgment of the Olga Tellis versus Mumbai Municipal Corporation established the right. उन्होंने ये right establish की थी as a livelihood for the slum dwellers as a part of the right to life. The following excerpts from the judgment point to the ways in which the judges linked the issue of the right to life of that of livelihood. The sweep of the right to life conferred by Article 21 is wide and far-reaching. The sweep of the right to life, okay, that is concerned by the Article 21. Is wide and far-reaching. That is, life means something more than mere animal existence. Okay, it does not mean merely that life cannot be extinguished or taken away, for example, by the execution of the death. यानी कि this is Article 21 में किया गया है कि आप किसी को भी बेघर नहीं कर सकते हो, जैसे जानवरों के, जैसे हमने जानवरों को धुतकार दिया, मार दिया. Okay, not that. Execution of the death sentence except according to procedure established by law. पूरा law का procedure होता है इसके अंदर. Okay, that is but one aspect of the right to life. And an equally important facet of the right is the right to livelihood, because no person can live without the means of living, that is the means of livelihood. Okay, that is an equally important facet of that right, is the right to livelihood, because no person can live without the means of living, that is the means of livelihood. that the eviction of a person from a pavement or slum will inevitably lead to the deprivation of his means of livelihood is a proposition which does not have to be established in each individual case. Okay. That the eviction of a person from a pavement or slum will inevitably led to the deprivation of his means of livelihood is a proposition which does not have to be established in each individual case. In the present case, that facts constituting empirical evidence justify the conclusion that the petitioners live in slums and on the pavements, because pavements यानी नहीं वो pavement के ऊपर भी लोग होते जो सोते जिनके घर ही नहीं है बिल्कुल भी, because they have small jobs to nurse in the city and for them there is nowhere else to live. They choose a pavement or a slum in the vicinity of their place of work, and to lose the pavement or the slum is to lose the job. The conclusion therefore is that the eviction of the petitioners will lead to deprivation of their livelihood and consequently to the deprivation of life. So that was Olga Telles versus Mumbai Municipal Corporation. ये एक आर्टिकल थी. ओके. Another issue that affects the common person's access to justice is the inordinately long number of years that courts takes to hear a case. हमारे इंडिया में अगर कोई केस स्यू हो जाए तो उसके फैसले कितने साल लग जाते हैं. ओके. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि जिस इंसान ने कोर्ट में केस स्यू किया है वो इंसान इस दुनिया से चला जाता है और उसका केस अभी भी चलता रहता है. Is delayed. The phrase justice delayed is justice denied. Is often used the characteristics is extended time from the court's take. However, in spite of this, there is no denying that the judiciary has played a crucial role in democratic India, serving as a check on the powers of the executive and the legislature, as well as in protecting the fundamental rights of citizens. The members of the Constituent Assembly had quite correctly envisioned a system of courts with an independent judiciary as a key feature of our democracy. The above photo shows the family members of some of the 43 Muslims of Hashimpura, Meerut, killed on 22nd May 1987. These families fought for justice for over 31 years. Due to long delay in the commencement of the trial, the Supreme Court in September 2002 transferred the case from the state of Uttar Pradesh to Delhi. 19 provisional armed constabulary men faced criminal prosecution for alleged murder and other offences. मतलब ये सारे केसेस है that was held in 1987, 2002, 2007, 2018. Okay, so that was the end of this lesson. That is, have a small recap on this lesson. That is okay. So few questions related to this lessons are, that is, what is the role of the judiciary? What is an independent judiciary? What is the structure of courts in India? What are the different branches of the legal system? So the first is, what is the role of the judiciary? Judiciary work is divided into types, that is dispute resolution, judicial review, upholding the law and enforcing fundamental rights. That is, judiciary work is divided. The judicial system resolves disputes between citizens and government, between two state governments, and between the center and the state governments. Then judicial review, upholding the law and enforcing fundamental rights. Then what is an independent judiciary? The other branches of the state, like the legislature and the executive, cannot interfere in the work of the judiciary. The courts are not under the government and do not act on their behalf. Then what is the structure courts in India? That is district, high court and supreme court. That is, Supreme Court is located in New Delhi and is presided over by the Chief Justice of India. Each state has a high court, which is the highest court of that state. These then subordinate or district courts is a district or tehsil level or in towns and presided over by the district judge. That is, the decisions made by the higher courts are binding on the lower courts. A person can appeal to a higher court if they believe that the judgment pressed by the lower court is not just through the appellate system. Then you can see the difference between criminal and civil law. Does everyone have the access to the courts? This topic is there. Then PIL is public interest litigation, is introduced by Supreme Court in the early 1980s. Then importance of judiciary. The judiciary has played a crucial role in the democratic India. It also keeps a check on the powers of the executive and the legislature. It helps in protecting the fundamental rights of citizens. Okay. Then the next is we do the exercises, that is page number 64. Oh. Now see the first, you read that page number 64. You read that one of the main functions of the judiciary is upholding the law and enforcing fundamental rights. Why do you think an independent judiciary is necessary to carry out this important function? Answer: an independent judiciary is necessary to carry out the function of upholding the law and enforcing fundamental rights. Anyone can approach the courts if they believe that their rights have been violated. हो गया. Okay, मतलब कोई भी कोर्ट, अगर आपको लगे कि आपका फैसला कोर्ट में पॉजिटिवली आएगा तो आप अपना केस कोर्ट में स्यू कर सकते हो. If any law passed by the parliament violates any fundamental rights, the judiciary has a power to declare such law null and void. Next, reread the list of fundamental rights provided in chapter 1. How do you think the rights to constitution remedies connects to the idea of judicial review? Okay, this is a huge answer that you will get in the text. Then question 3, in the following illustration, fill in each tier with the judgments various Sudha Goyal case. देखो आपको दिया ना, that is answer 3 का. लोअर कोर्ट लक्ष्मण, लोअर कोर्ट में लक्ष्मण, हिज मदर शकुंतला और उसके ब्रदर इन लॉ सुभाष चंद्र वाज सेंटेंस टू डेथ. फिर हाई कोर्ट में पता है क्या हुआ था? यही केस का लक्ष्मण, शकुंतला, सुभाष चंद्र को बरी कर दिया था. देन अगेन सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने लक्ष्मण, शकुंतला और सुभाष चंद्र और वर गिवन लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट. उनको सारी उम्र में जेल में रहना था और सुभाष चंद्र बोस वाज एक्वेटेड फॉर लैक ऑफ सफिशिएंट एविडेंस. और सुभाष के लिए मतलब कि उसमें ज़्यादा वो नहीं था तो उसे मतलब छोड़ दिया, मतलब छोड़नी, उसे जेल हुई थी पर कुछ टाइम के लिए. Then you can see question number 4. Keeping the Sudha Goel case in mind, tick the sentence that are true and correct the ones that are false. देखो जैसे ये है, the accused took the case to the High Court because they were unhappy with the decision of trial court. True. They went to the High Court after the Supreme Court has given its decision. No, they went to the High Court after the trial court had given their decision. तो सेकेंड वाला फॉल्स है, उसका करेक्ट आंसर है आफ्टर द ट्रायल कोर्ट हैज गिवन हिज डिसीजन. थर्ड, इफ दे डू नॉट लाइक द सुप्रीम कोर्ट वर्डिक्ट, द एक्यूज कैन गो बैक अगेन टू द ट्रायल कोर्ट. If they do not false, if they do not like the Supreme Court verdict, the accused cannot go back to the trial court. Then answer fifth. Why do you think the introduction of public interest litigation in the 1980 is a significant step? Because the Supreme Court in the early 1980s devised a mechanism of public interest litigation or PIL to increase access to justice. It allowed any individual or organization to file a PIL in the High Court or the Supreme Court on behalf of those whose rights were being violated. The legal process was greatly simplified, and even a letter or telegram addressed to the Supreme Court or the High Court could be treated as a PIL. As a PIL. Okay, was used to secure justice on a large number of issues such as rescuing bonded laborers from the inhuman work conditions and securing the release of prisoners in Bihar who had been kept in jail even after their punishment terms was complete. उधर होगा तेरा अंदर बेड पे. Thus, the introduction of PIL is really a significant step in ensuring access to justice for all. Then question 6. Reread the excerpts from the judgment of the Olga Telles versus Mumbai Municipal Corporation case. In Olga Telles versus Mumbai Municipal Corporation case, the judges said that the right to livelihood was a part of the right to life. They stated that life does not merely imply an animal existence. It cannot be lived without a means of living, that is the means of livelihood. इंसान जैसे रहते हैं. In the case of Olga Telles versus Mumbai Municipal Corporation, the people live in slum. They have small jobs in the city and for them there is nowhere else to live. The eviction of their slum will lead to deprivation of their, यानी उनका वो स्लम एरिया, वो एरिया को छोड़ के चले जाना, यानी ये है कि उनकी लाइफ खत्म हो जाना. Thus it can be said that the right to life means the need of basic requirements of livelihood. That is food, shelter and cloth. Then we go to question 7. Write a story around them. Justice delayed is justice denied. जो हमारे इंडिया में कॉमन है ये proverb. Okay, आप कोई भी स्टोरी, आपको कुछ ऐसा लग रहा है कि किसी को जस्टिस आपने कहीं पढ़ा हो कि यानी आप कुछ भी ले सकते हो इसमें ना. पता है कौन सी स्टोरी बेस्ट होगी? एक टेनेंट और एक किराएदार और एक मकान मालिक की बहुत अच्छी रहेगी. ओके, इसमें आप स्टोरी कोई अपने उनकी बना कर सकते हो इसके अंदर. जस्टिस डिलेड इज जस्टिस डिनाइड. देन इज मेक सेंटेंस ऑफ ईच ग्लॉसी वर्ड्स ऑफ द नेक्स्ट पेज. जैसे कि एक्विट, ये जो है ना ग्लॉसी वर्ड्स है 65. इसका एक्विट का द केस इन फेवर ऑफ मनीष लेट द हाई कोर्ट टू एक्विट हिम ऑफ ऑल चार्जेस ऑफ गिल्ट दैट द ट्रायल कोर्ट हैड लेविड ऑन हिम. Then to appeal, the women's organization lent strong support to the domestic maid to appeal against the charges of theft that her employer had accused her of. Then is compensation. The central government paid compensation to the victims' families after an unfortunate train accident that killed hundreds. Eviction. The company's claims to land occupied by slum dwellers led to the poor people's eviction from their homes, which were bulldozed by municipal authorities. Violation. The judiciary takes stringent action against any violation of fundamental rights. Then you can see the posture by the Right of Food campaign. Okay, yeah, that is the Constitution of India grants all Indians the right to live. Right to live is some short associated with the right to food. The duties of the government to uphold the right to food are to provide at least minimum food stuff to the citizens at nominal cost or free, to check unnecessary inflation in price of food items, to check the hoarding of grains of daily use like wheat, rice, sugar, to provide meal to poor children to the school. तो ये जो है ना proverb है ना, hungry stomachs overflowing go downs, यानी गोडाउन ओवरफ्लो होते जा रहे, चूहे खा रहे हैं लेकिन इंसानों को देने के लिए खाना नहीं है. Hungry stomach overflowing godowns is not at all acceptable in a civilized society. If the hoarding of food is not discouraged, the people with hungry stomach will attempt to commit crimes. ये hoardings बंद नहीं की जाएगी तब तक ये क्राइम बढ़ता ही रहेगा. So एक ये hungry stomach overflowing godowns we will not accept it, used in the photo essay on the right. Okay. So these were the few exercises, questions. Okay, that I had done with you. And please do copy this all in your notebook, make a flow chart. That is role of the judiciary. You make a flow chart in your book so that उसके नीचे आपका सब डिवीजन रहेगा. देखिए बॉईल हो रहा है पानी. Okay, so that was a few exercises that I had completed with you. And read the text. उसके MCQs भी उसके अंदर you will easily able to get the MCQs from the inner. Page number 65 का वो जो phrase है, and then below that also you can see zero hunger, sustainable development goal. इसमें लिखा है ना, इसके अंदर ये जो है पिक बनी हुई है, duties of the government, that all persons get food, no one goes to sleep hungry, that person who are most vulnerable to hunger like the elderly, disabled, widows get special attention, that there is no death because of malnutrition or hunger. If the government does not fulfill its duties, it will have to answer to the courts. Okay, so ये बहुत अच्छा है, and this is not a favor. It is a right to get this. Okay, so यहाँ पे लिखा ना, who is responsible? If the government is responsible, that the government also have to answer it to the Indian court. Okay, so with this I had finished this lesson, students. That is unit 3 का 5 I had completed. उसकी exercise भी I had discussed. Now in my next class I will start with unit 3 chapter 6, understanding our criminal justice system. Okay, please read the lessons and complete your books. See you in my next class. Thank you to all.